Hi, and welcome back to Gray's Allotment Gardening. So today's episode is all about the greenhouse. It's about clearing it down, getting it ready for winter, clearing out these dead plants, making sure there's no disease going to be in here, but also about clearing some space for the more tender plants to come inside to protect them over the winter. So let's have a little quick look around, see what we've got to deal with. Okay, so we're still harvesting the last of the grapes. They're still going well into November. These are the green or white Lakemont seedless grape. Really nice on desserts. And next year I'm going to get a juicer. I may even try making some wine out of these. But they're right at the end now. Some of them are starting to go a little bit off. So I'm going to collect as many as I can. Just get a nice big bag and snip off the juiciest looking bunches. So they'll still do quite nicely. When you cereal in the morning, maybe a bit of ice cream with them. Really nice grapes. As you can see, they're not huge, but they do the job. So tasty, nice and sweet, a lovely grape. I'm gonna take a few of these bunches home. As you can see, some of them just start to go a little bit bad now, so we'll get rid of them. And also, you can see, hopefully, you can just make that out. That's a little snail on that one there. Here we have a little snail starting to eat them, and there is some wasps still about eating these grapes, but still plenty at the moment. We've got another 20 bunches that will keep going for another week or so. We've also got the final cucumber. Not exactly huge, but I think it's just about ready to be taken off. So just here it is. That's a trick for you. One-handed snipping of a cucumber. That'll do for our last one. And there's also just a couple of little tiny ones. But as you can see, the plant itself is really starting to die off now. There's another little baby one. I'm going to cut them off and take them home for my rabbit. He does like the little cucumbers. So I think I'll take them home for him now. We've also got the very last cherry tomatoes. They've started to split, but there's a few left. I'm just going to harvest the rest of them. That'll do nicely. I'll probably be able to eat them. I can't see them going red now. Probably not enough sunlight left, so I'm just going to take all these out now. Been getting tomatoes for the last 3-4 months, so I haven't done too bad, although this was not the best year for tomatoes whatsoever. But if we just go around, you can see plants are starting to really die and go mouldy, so they all need clearing out to stop this disease, stop any disease from really kicking in. The marigolds out of control, just going to let them die back naturally and hopefully give me lots of seed for next year. In this corner, this is my blueberry. Now, I don't think it likes being planted in the ground in this greenhouse, so what I'm going to do is dig him out and put him in a nice big pot. There's the cucumbers. Here's the pomegranate, all dying back now. Here's a weed full of seeds which all need clearing out, and there's more of the cucumbers. Again, all needs clearing out now. So I'm going to make a start, clear that out, and get it ready for the new plants to go in. Okie dokie, all much tidier. So all the tomatoes are gone, the melons are gone, the cucumbers are gone, and I've trimmed back the marigolds because they've still got a bit of life left in them. But when I was clearing, I managed to find some strawberry plants. So here we have the master, which is growing quite nicely, and then it sent out all of these runners. As you can see here, this is a new strawberry plant. There's the roots on the end of it, and all you have to do is poke that in the ground, cover it over, and that becomes its own strawberry plant. So I'm going to plant a few of these in and then they will take, and in the summer I can dig them out and I'll be able to make, or it will generate brand new strawberry plants for me. I will leave the umbilical cord on until they've really taken. Look at that one, it's an absolute beauty. Just poke it straight in, find a bit of loose soil, cover it over, and when they've taken you can just snip that off. But for now I'll just water them in and keep an eye on them over the winter. At the back of the greenhouse here I have my blueberry plant, which is planted in the ground. As you can see, it's now lost all its leaves, so it's pretty much dormant. However, I don't get many blueberries off this at all, so I'm going to dig it out and I'm going to put it in that pot. So first off, I've got some Irrigatia's compost, peat free of course. Irrigatia compost is an acidic compost, which is what blueberries absolutely love. They like well-drained soil, so I've got some grit or some stones to go in the bottom of the pot, and then I'm just going to dig it out with as much root as possible and then pop that up. Okay, let's see how much of this I can dig out. I can feel the roots already, so I'm going to go quite deep around them. Just tease it out bit by bit so we can get as much as I can. I think maybe the soil it's in isn't the best for blueberries. There we go. Plenty of root on there, a few weeds as well, which I can get out at the same time. Got to give it a bit of a weed. But there we have it. That's just going to go straight into this pot. Let's weed it first. Okay, I've got some nice holes in the bottom of this pot already, so that should be able to drain quite nicely. And I'm just going to put a good handful of, 2 handfuls of stone on, so that will really help it drain nicely. Next comes a few handfuls of this Irrigatia compost. Now blueberries don't like to sit in soggy soil, so what you need to do is make sure it does stay well drained, which is what these stones will do. I'm actually going to mix a few more of them in to the mix at the bottom, just again helping it stay nice and drained. Let's see. Right, we can get a bit more compost in that before the plant goes back in. There we go, nice soil. You want to just try and get him as straight as possible. And then I'm just going to firm around it with some more compost. So now it's going to have a much healthier soil, or more soil that it will like, prefer more than just being in the greenhouse soil. And there we have it. Here we go, there it's almost like a new plant now. I'll give that a little water in, but with all those stones it should stay nice and drained. And it's also gone a bit leggy, so I think I'm going to trim it back a little bit just to help it bush out for next year. I actually found another blueberry plant that I bought last year that I forgot about. It's a blueberry blue crop. So I've done the same with this, just potted it up, nice stony mix, Irrigatia's compost, and I can go next to this one to overwinter in the greenhouse. Okay, final job is to put in the more tender plants. So I'm just going to bring them all in now. Okay, so most of the more tender plants have now been brought inside. I'm Just have a quick look at what we've got. This is one of the first plants I ever bought. This is a Pontentilla. Has beautiful yellow flowers in the early summer, but I don't seem to get many flowers after leaving them out over the winter. Don't know if it goes into a bit of shock. So brought it into the greenhouse to give it some protection. Just dug out another little baby banana pup. So I'll leave that in over the winter in the greenhouse just to establish. Here's my good old Chilean guava, most finished now. There's the last one. You can see that there. Lovely fruits, high in vitamin C and K, and I'll just protect it. It is quite a hardy shrub or plant or bush, but I'm going to leave it in the greenhouse this year just to give it that added bit of protection. Also got my Chilean wineberry, which is mostly dormant now. Produces lovely little red fruits like a raspberry, a bit smaller, a bit sweeter. Here's a yucca, I'm going to give that some protection. And then I found a random fig tree cutting that I must have taken in the summer. It has got a couple of buds on it, so we'll see how that goes. We've got the goji berry that didn't do anything this year, so I'll bring that inside. Some more cuttings. We've got some grapevine cuttings, some more fig tree. We'll just leave them in there now. They're protected out the way, and see how they get on. No idea what this is. I think it's a grapevine, but I'll have to wait for the summer now to find out what it is. Here's my yucca. No, it's not. Here's my pawpaw. I don't think I'm ever going to get fruits off this. Looks a bit dead now, but it will be fine. It's just shed all its leaves. That's a pawpaw. Next to it are two honeyberries. If you've seen my videos earlier on in the start or the late spring, early summer, got lots of honeyberries this year. They're like an elongated blueberry, and I keep them in here until the fruits are finished, otherwise the birds absolutely scoff them. And then just some more cuttings. I think that's a grapevine. That's a fig tree, another fig. These are just really easy to take. You just snip a branch off, stick it in, and there we go, just a few buds on there, meaning that it is still alive. Don't know why that's got no leaves and that one has still. No idea. Right, hope you've enjoyed this video all about putting the greenhouse to sleep over the winter, giving it a good tidy up and putting the more tender plants inside. This greenhouse will protect all those plants over the winter. I'll be doing another video shortly, which will be about insulating the greenhouse, about putting the bubble wrap all around the inside. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care everyone. See you next time. Bye now.